Hello, my beautiful friends. This is your friendly realtor in Victoria, BC, giving you my daily, weekly updates on the real estate market and answering any questions that you may have. So, today is Monday, and we're getting closer and closer to March, and we're hoping that more and more inventory is coming up because the demand is there and we need it, guys. We need to help the buyers out in this market who are really desperate for supply here. And if you ask me, if you need to get in, there's some good, well-priced townhouses and well-priced condos to get into. The housing market is tough because, if you do get into the housing market, at least a lot of the homes that I've seen for under 900, they need work. They need, and if you're okay just living in it and working at it yourself, then you're good to get in. But for the most part, a lot of the homes that I'm seeing closer to Victoria, under 900, you're looking to do some work on it, to be quite honest with you, straight up. So that's why I like it when, first of all, subscribe to this channel so you get the tips, and you know where you should be, where you should stand. Ask me the questions so I help guide you and put you on the right direction. Now, today's video, we're going to do something different. We're going to talk more about sellers. I do a lot of my videos for home buyers. Today I'm going to focus on sellers. And it's good for you buyers to listen in because you're going to get an idea of what the home sellers hear and their mindset. So when you're coming in as a buyer, you can start thinking like them and knowing some of the questions they have when listing their property. Sorry, I'm cooking. I shouldn't have worn such a heavy jacket. You're going to get some of their perspective as to what they're looking for, what are the comparables, and what's going through their mind. Okay, so the number one thing that sellers ask is, how much are you going to list my house for? Right? And the next thing they're going to ask is, how did you come up with that price? Okay, yeah. How much are you going to list my home for? How did you come up with that price? How successful are you at selling homes? Like, for all the homes that you've sold, how long have they sat on the market? I'm very lucky to have a track record of saying all of the homes I have listed, every single one of them have sold. And I've been very lucky like that. So my track record's been pretty darn good because I'm very honest. If I can't sell your home, I won't even list it because that's my reputation. If I know what I can get for and what's realistic, straight up. In this market, it's a seller's market. Really, the ball is in the seller's hand. And as far as what we list it for, what I suggest in this market is let's price it at a price point where we're realistic, okay? But at the same time, we're giving room to everybody to come through the home, and that's what you're seeing with a lot of people. They're letting everyone come through, and they're saying, hey, if any of you are interested, here's the timeline by which you can submit an offer. That gives everyone a chance to see the place. That gives the seller some time to think on it and see the traffic and get communication. And that's important too for you as a seller, to get communication on what's going on my property. How many people came through? Whoa, it was busy. So that means I shouldn't let it go for what the price was good, and probably it should go for more. Again, it's good to have lots of people go through the home so you can get more feedback as to what a realistic expectation is for your home price-wise. What I'm seeing also as well right now is some realtors are pricing the home, a little bit below market value just to get the hype, the traffic, the panic, because again, and I speak to this over and over again, when the emotions kick in, that's when prices can go crazy, right? You get emotional about the decision-making process. Try to keep the emotions out of it. And that's why on the listing side, you'll see that price being put where it is to get the emotions going. And if my seller asks me, I say, well, if you want people to get emotional, put it here. And if you want to get things on your term for what you want, put it, slightly below at a good price where you get the traffic in. And what that price is, I have to pull the comparables and have to say, and usually that price is closer to the assessed value. So when a buyer sees, whoa, this is priced close to assessed value in a crazy market, I want to check this out. And when they go check it out, they get all hyped up. I want to write an offer. Yeah, you want to write an offer, but so do 20 other people want to write an offer too. So, so it's important um, to be aware of those pricing ideas that some agents do. And it is, we do tell the seller that, because then you get a lot more. Let's say the seller, I saw one listing where the seller is like, listen, I'm going to sell you my house, but I want to live in it for another year because I have nowhere to go. It's a crazy market. I need 1 year at least. And because people are so desperate and the price is so good in this crazy market, they're like, sure, I'll give you what you want. Just give me your home because I need a home. I need to buy a home. I need to take advantage of these all-time low interest rates and get into the market. So that's some thoughts there of price it well, get what you want, price it high, you can't be too picky. Um, and also in this crazy market, if you price it high, you may get lucky too. Just because comparables, there was a meme going around. I don't know if I mentioned this in another video. There was a meme going around that comparables, do they even matter anymore? It's because it's such an emotional market. People are just playing what they want just to get it, not what makes sense and what the comparables are saying to get it. So that's that for sellers. Price wise, some ideas. There's way more ideas. I've seen some for sale by owners. There's a website called forsalebyowner.com. You guys are welcome to go check it. Now I caution you, I have a client who sends me listings that they like on for sale by owner, and I've looked into a few, and one of them was, he was awesome. He showed us the place and whatnot. One of them I think was a bit of a scam, wasn't even really the owner. That's something that, it pays to work with an agent, and that's why my clients trust me, even for the for sale by owners, to go check it out for them. Because how do you know the person you're talking to is on title? And that's another thing. So title's the legal document that says for that property who is the owner, just to give you a bit of background there. So another great thing that I can do for all my clients is I pull free title. If you want a title on any property in British Columbia, you call me. I'll pull title and I'll tell you who the legal owners are for that property. And I'll check the title as well to make sure there's no charges and liens. The last thing you want is to put an offer and have it accepted with a for sale by owner, only to find out that the property you're getting, uh, the seller is an actual seller. And even if the seller is actually a seller, they've got all these people they owe money on that are claiming on the title, say, before you can do anything, you got to pay me out. You don't want to take over nobody's headache. Um, so just to be aware, these are important points to be mindful of when you are looking at um, buying. And when you're looking to sell as well, some sellers, I've had this happen to me. We come and we look at the property. I go and look at the listing and I pull the title and I'm like, you've got a huge covenant on your property. They're like, what? I didn't know that I had a covenant. I bought it. I bought it quickly. The realtor never told me there was a covenant on it. I bought it 15 years ago. Well, yeah, you got a covenant here, and it's going to make things a bit tricky on the sell side. So these are important facts as a seller as well. If you call me in, all you guys out there, again, sellers too, free title pull. Let's go over it. Let's make sure everything's clear and good. And if it's an older property, let's get rid of that oil tank in your property, because you're going to get if it's underground, way more money if that's being taken care of, and less headache when it's coming to deal with offers. Okay? So these are things, pre-inspections. There's so many points as a seller. You can get way more money if you do your due diligence on and you get everything checked beforehand. Preventative versus reactive is always my theory here. And yeah, guys, there's a lot more points I want to speak about for today as well. So sellers, we spoke about, pricing. We spoke about how quickly we can sell the home, and we also spoke about inspections, getting that value higher when they want to come to sell by making sure they fix a few items around the place. And sometimes, you know what? In a crazy market like this, they're like, oh, we want to reno this, reno. I'm like, no, don't. Because how do you know the way you reno it, the new buyer is not going to just tear it down and he's going to pay the same money anyways and fix it themselves. So don't even bother on that front. Those are important points. So, guys, I'm having a bit of technical issues here with my camera here. It's moving all over the place. But okay, so those are the key points that I wanted to touch base on. And we'll be in touch again. And I do want to talk to sellers again one more time because some sellers don't want to pay the real estate commission, and I'm fine. I'm fine with that. But I want to speak to the pros and cons of that. Uh, you know, even from my perspective, because I also like to save on paying someone when they're listing my home, and we're not allowed to list our own homes. So I'll explain to you some tips of how you could list on MLS without having to pay large fees, but what the disadvantages are in doing that, and what are the advantages in doing that. I like to give everyone all their options so they know what's out there and make the right decision. And I love helping you guys out. I believe in just spreading good karma out there, spreading good information so you guys can make the right choices and get ahead if possible and do well. Sending you guys love. Take care and have a great week. Cheers, guys.